Aloha and good afternoon. Welcome to Maui Nonprofit Notes. We're talking story with Maui's nonprofit executive directors and staff to find out how they're working to support the needs of Maui's community. We are sponsored by Pacific Source, Maui's best source for building materials, with a cabinet and appliance showroom open to the public in the Waikapu Base Yard. My name is Max Tornai. I'm the executive director for Mediation Services of Maui and a director for the Maui Nonprofit Directors Association. And I'm happy to introduce my co-host for today, Cesar Gahiola, the executive director for the J. Walter Cameron Center. How are you doing today, Cesar?
Hey, fine. How you doing, Max? All right. Doing great here. I'm happy to co-host this show with you today. During this hour, we will be sharing the experiences of how nonprofit community leaders and their agencies work to benefit our beautiful island home with stories and how their agencies are changing lives, changing communities, and creating miracles of hope. With that, today we have Harry Johnson and Janelle Coonan. They are from Maui Economic Opportunity and the Transportation Department. Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, Cesar.
So how are you guys doing today? So far, so good?
So far, so good. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about Maui Economic Opportunities, especially the Transportation Department, a little bit about what you guys do?
Okay. I'm going to have Janelle discuss the human services portion as well as introduction to herself.
Okay.
And the human services programs do consist of programs that service the youth community. You know, we take them from schools to various different community agencies, youth agencies throughout Maui. We also service the disabled, on what we call the Alaho program, which means on the move again. And that's a specialized service for the disabled in community. And they can go ahead and apply for services through our transportation department. We also have a rural shuttle program. We have an ice shuttle program that is designated up in the upcountry area.
Mm-hmm.
So if there are anyone in the community that wants to stay in the upcountry area, which would consist of Pukalani all the way towards Haiku area, Paia area, we can go ahead and accommodate their needs. So we're very versatile. We try and cover the basis of the needs out in the community, and we honestly do believe that it's a really great thing that we do offer transportation.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the community members rely really heavily on the MEO transportation services. A lot of people wouldn't have access to get around the island without you guys. So I think you guys are doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. And definitely.
Yeah, and especially, having the different sizes of the buses and stuff, I can see, that you reach far in where, some of the folks that live in the Haiku area, upcountry areas, have a hard time to reach the public routes.
Mm-hmm.
And so for anyone that is interested in the Alaho program, how can they get in touch with you, or how can they apply for the service?
Well, we do have a website that has various different applications for the programs that we offer. So if they would want to go online and download the application, they can do that. We can also receive applications through fax, or they can hand carry it down to our transportation department. We're located across of Sears right now for the time being. Yeah, and also if they give us a call and they request an application, we can also mail one to them. So, there's various different options. We can get the application to them.
And if somebody decides to walk it in, what time do you open and what days do you work?
Well, our normal business office hours is 7:45 to 4:30.
Okay, great.
Oh, excellent.
And if anybody had any questions about their application, how do they call you?
They can contact Harry Johnson.
And only Harry.
Yeah, 1411.
They can contact 877-7651.
All right, that was 877-7651 if you're looking for more information on your transportation services that MEO, Maui Economic Opportunity, provides. I know that you guys just started the paratransit program, I think in July. How does that differ from the Alaho program, or how does that work?
It does differ. First of all, it's a complimentary service in conjunction with the Maui Bus program.
Okay.
And it's heavily coordinated with the County of Maui Department of Transportation. It is a reservation system. It's basically you make a reservation for tomorrow by the end of today by 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And so they'll call in and make a reservation up to 2 weeks in advance.
Okay. So anywhere between 2 weeks till the day before 4 o'clock of your desired transportation
Correct.
requirements,
Yeah.
you can give a call and just hope that if you're calling the day before, hope that there's something available, or do you find that you can make anything available?
You can pretty much make anything available.
Wow.
That's some of the differences between the Alaho program. In the Alaho program, it basically services the areas that are not covered under the paratransit program.
Okay.
The paratransit program only allows a 3/4 mile off of the main route.
Okay.
That services will be included. Anything out of the 3/4 mile, it's basically covered under the Alaho program. So we've got something going where some people may not qualify or utilize paratransit, that we may be able to serve them under the Alaho program.
Oh.
Wow, that sounds like you guys have a lot of flexibility, with both options, just to be able to provide coverage as far as you can for the people that need it.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like a package deal. I mean, you've got areas that are not covered under paratransit that can be covered under Alaho, and the areas that are covered already under paratransit, Alaho doesn't utilize in that area.
So, Harry, on the Alaho program or the paratransit program, is this a service for a specific route, or what kind of pickup and where do you drop off the people? Is just to the specific area, or how that works?
For the Alaho program, they will do more so of a house-to-house type of pickup. If there are other passengers in that area that require the service, we'll try to combine them together as much as possible, just to consolidate. And they will take them to their doctor's appointment, wherever they need to go within that confined area. For the paratransit program, it's a little different. A reservation is made in the same way, but there is a fee involved in it. It's $2 per trip.
Okay.
Or they could actually buy a $4 pass and basically go anywhere throughout that entire route at the Maui Bus Travels for that $4 pass.
So the $4 pass is for the day?
It's a $4 pass for the day. It's the same pass that's used for Maui Bus.
I see.
And then they have a monthly pass for seniors, those who qualify, and also for students, and then your general pass for everyone else.
Great.
And I know a couple of weeks ago, I thought I saw an ad that MEO was looking for drivers. Do you have, are they still looking for drivers? Do you already meet the number that you needed?
Currently, we're about at max capacity right now, but it all depends. As drivers come in and out, the jobs will be offered as they become available. So it all depends. And we recently had one for the human services portion of MEO's transportation, and I believe that one just got filled. So we have a couple more people coming in applying as well.
Cool. How many residents of Maui County do you guys serve on a regular basis? Like, do you know offhand how many you might serve per week? It sounds like it's a huge coordinational effort to get all this organized.
I'll give you an example just for the paratransit portion.
Yeah.
We can take anywhere from 200 to 285 reservations for the next day.
Wow.
Every day.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And that basically operates Sunday through Saturday.
So every day.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are days that's light. You'll probably get 175, maybe 200 reservations. And there are days that it can go off to possibly 300 reservations. So that keeps us busy. But that's just the paratransit piece. On the human services side, maybe Janelle can share some information on that.
Just looking at our, we have to do quarter reports, and looking at the quarter report, we can do a number up to 6,000 to 8,000 trips in a month.
Wow.
you know, and you know, even for our senior community, we transport seniors to nutrition programs. You know, we take them on excursions. We take them to daycare programs, you know, and that alone, you know, within a month period, we can do up to 1,300 trips, you know, in a given month. So, you know, we're pretty busy.
Yeah, that's
We're
more than pretty
busy.
busy. That's
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
busy.
And these services are also in Molokai and Lanai, or just the island of Maui?
We also service Lanai and Molokai. And their
Yeah.
programs are limited on those islands, but we definitely do see, you know, a possible expansion all the way around because the needs of the community is growing
Yes.
also
Yeah.
in Lanai and
Yeah.
Molokai.
And do you find that this is for your clients, the transportation service that they rely on to get around on a regular basis, that they don't have any other options, or, you know, is it just when the need might arise when they don't have a car or something like that, or both?
You know, it's both.
Yeah.
You know, I would say that there's a balance of both. You know, and there's a lot of clients that utilize our services because they don't have any other means of transportation. So, you know, and a majority of our clients are very, very fortunate, you know, and they're very, very happy with the services.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really relying on this to get around, you know, that's kind of like a lifeline for you to get out into the community,
definitely.
you know, especially with the senior citizens and you know, people with physical challenges, to have access to something like this. I mean, to get out to recreational activities like you're talking about, that can make a huge difference in somebody's life.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that some of the services are happening on Sunday, or you know, when people go to church and things like that. So it's also recreational, you know, to take these folks out and you know, be out there and be in the community.
I remember when MEL first started, we were basically operating from Monday through Friday. And that was the good old days.
Which was what? How far back did the good old days go? 80s,
I'm not
90s?
sure.
No.
Actually, in the 90s, the early 90s,
Uh-huh.
for up till 2000, those were good old days on Monday through Friday.
Uh-huh.
Schedules were nice and they were comfortable. Now that we've seen
Yeah.
the expansion in the senior area as well as those with disabilities
Uh-huh.
and even with youth,
Yeah.
it's expanded to a point where it's not comfortable, it's okay, but it's definitely shows an improvement in our services and then our development in the community as well.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, like I don't know if you know this question, but I think MEO has been providing transportation services since back in the 1960s. I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, actually, MEL started in '65,
65. So.
so a couple years after that, it was actually going since then. So a lot of history with MEL.
Yeah.
And so I think you touched a little bit on the youth aspect of it. We talked about people with disabilities, the seniors. You have a pretty significant youth transportation program too. So you're saying, I think, just very briefly at the beginning of the show, that that's from after school to their, you know, from school to their after school program.
Yes.
Was that right? Yeah.
Yes. So we take them to various different youth clubs throughout the island.
Boys and Girls
the-
Club.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wine
Centers.
Canoe Club, that type of
Yep.
thing.
Yeah.
And are these services advertised at school? How do parents get access to it? You know, how do parents find out about it?
I believe usually at the beginning of the school year, they have a parent-teacher, you know, conference. They have open house, and from my understanding, the youth clubs will present that information, you know, at the at these meetings, so they're aware if transportation is needed. Then applications are passed out at that time.
Because that's a huge benefit for parents in this community too, that might
Yes.
work, you know, the normal business hours, 9 to 5. The kids get out at what, 2, you know? So to be able to have that reliable transportation and have them not walking from school sometimes to
Well, as a parent, you know, I've been very grateful for that service.
Yeah.
My daughter has had to use it, so.
Yeah, no, it's great. So you talked a little bit about the human services side. I think we're going to get into some of the other aspects of MEO transportation right after this break.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
And we are back with Maui Nonprofit Notes, talking story with Maui's nonprofit directors and staff. And today we have MEO Transportation in the radio room today, and we're talking with Harry Johnson and Janelle Curran. We were just talking about their human services side, a little bit about their services on Molokai and Lanai. What else you guys got going on?
So we've got, we actually have group transportation services. And this is specifically for youth again, and then for seniors. We also provide services under the direction of the County of Maui. And then we also under in fact, as a matter of fact, what's coming up really soon is the senior fair.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yes.
So the senior fair, it's basically an event that comes in after the fair. There is the sponsorship is basically under MEO, and we provide basically an entire days of activities at the War Memorial Gym.
And it's you guys, MEO Transportation, or is that MEO does it?
It's basically run under MEO,
Uh-huh.
and we coordinate that with all the different departments and agencies. And that's going to be coming up in October 26th. Yeah, October 26th.
All right, that's a Saturday, I think.
It's a Saturday,
Saturday.
and at that particular venue, it's going to be really busy.
Yeah, I've heard about the senior fair in recent years. What types of talk about the activities that seniors can?
So there's entertainment. First
Uh-huh.
of all, there's entertainment. There's also booths that are
It's
brought
about
together.
100, over 100 different booths with food and health information, education, and transportation, and housing, and all of that. And it's fun, to see the different senior clubs along with MEO Transportation. Provide all this information to the community there.
Yeah, it's the senior clubs that also it's kind of like a fundraiser for their clubs. Whatever they sell, that's theirs to keep, and that's one item off of their bucket list, I should say.
Yeah.
That they can utilize for their club to
Yes.
go to the various activities.
You know what I enjoy a lot on the senior fair is I believe it's the Lahaina Honolulu Senior Club. They come over and they participate by dancing, and then you see all these seniors. I think they have it's like a halal to me. They
Yeah.
it's like 10, 20, or who knows more than that. They dance and they sing, they play instruments and everything. And it's just amazing to see some of them, at 90 plus,
Right.
Just
Yeah,
dancing,
getting involved,
better
interacting.
than us,
Better than me, certainly.
It's a good thing, though. And I look at it as the seniors identifying to the youth or those younger in age,
Yeah.
that you can still do these activities.
Yes. Yeah.
And age isn't a requirement.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's a good
Yeah,
thing.
it is open to the community, the entire community. So
And that's just at the fairgrounds here in Wailuku. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
War Memorial.
So what is the time?
They basically open from 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in that area. We're
Yeah.
going through specifics. Our main concern is to
Yeah.
get the people
Tra-
there.
Well,
and back.
that was my next question. So, MEO Transportation is actively getting the seniors to the fair if they need it.
We're
Yes.
actually
Yes.
bringing clubs to the fair,
Uh-huh.
and we're also doing the parking portion.
Yes,
So
and
it's
it
an-
gets busy, real busy. So,
yeah.
and with the seniors, I know Harry said 9 o'clock, but with the seniors, they're there by 7 o'clock.
oh, they're there pretty early.
They're there before us.
Yeah.
It's like, are you gonna be here?
Yes.
Yeah, they're there waiting. It's an exciting event for them. That's why.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
But like you mentioned, it's an event for the whole family. So come over, come and support the seniors, and bring the keiki and the holohana.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was October 26th,
Sixth.
Saturday.
Saturday.
And I guess if you have any questions or if you're looking to get your senior club over to the senior fair, you can give MEO Transportation a call at 877-7651 or check out their website. What's the website again?
MEOinc.charityfinders. Wait,
No.
I'm sorry. MEOinc.charityfinders.com.
.org.
Or, sorry.
That's okay. I'm sorry, I just had it in front of
Hey,
me.
Matt, you should have read that.
Not sure if that changed over time.
Hey, Harry, I know early on we kind of touched on Lanai Molokai, but is there, can you get more specific on the type of services and those areas, including HANA,
It's basically the same as what we have.
Mhm.
There's transportation services for youth,
Uh-huh.
seniors, and the general community that's available.
Mhm.
For Molokai actually runs a something similar to the Maui bus, but
Oh.
they call that an extended rural shuttle bus.
Mm.
It's basically similar to a fixed route. There are stops along the way, and that goes on. Now, I believe it goes on 5-6 days a week.
6 days a week.
Correct.
Oh, wow. That is news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's very similar to Maui bus, but this is just for Molokai.
And do residents from those islands still give your Maui number a call, or do they have their own organization?
They would use the Molokai and Lanai offices
Gotcha.
call
Okay.
for
Okay.
those services.
And so what about HANA? Same thing?
HANA's got similar programs as well. The Rural Shuttle program, basically, they bring residents from HANA as well as Keanai out to the central part of Maui to do their shopping or medical appointments, and then return them back. That's
5 days a week.
5
now.
days a week.
Wow.
5
That's
days a week.
excellent. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
In the
definitely.
Hana community, the needs are growing out there also. So
Yes. Yeah.
we also do a shuttle that we do internally within the Hana
Mhm.
community to service those needs.
Mhm.
But yeah, we do come out 5 days a week.
Yeah, especially for the medical portion, they can come in and pick up the medicines or see the doctor's appointments or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah.
All right, so we talked about the paratransit program. We talked about the Ho program. Talked a little bit about Hana, Lanai, Molokai services. What's the iShuttle that you have on your website?
The I shuttle was created. Well, the I stands for internal,
Okay.
and the target population would be up in the upcountry area.
Okay.
So the I shuttle services the Kula, Makawao,
Hmm.
Pukalani, Hali'imaili, and the Haiku area. And basically, clients may use this service to go shopping, do their doctor's appointments, and they can stay in the upcountry area.
Gotcha.
I see. And so why the specific area? Is
Well, because we noticed over time, and of course Harry Johnson was one of the creators of this program.
Really? No.
One of the creators of this program.
I did that?
Yeah, because in line with the iShuttle, we have a rural shuttle program that runs 3 days a week. So when we took a look at the programs and what the needs were, we noticed that the upcountry area, there were a lot of clients that wanted to stay in the area because the shuttle program, the rural shuttle program, comes down to the central area. So all the shuttle programs from upcountry, Kihei, Lahaina, they all come to the central area, whether it's Kahului or Wailuku. So, there was a need for clients that wanted to stay in the upcountry area, and the need was greatest there. So, and then we created this shuttle program. It's been a few years already.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, so if you had somebody from Haiku, instead of going from Haiku to Kahului to Makawao or something like that, I don't know the exact routes, but just to have it stay up in that one area instead of going all the way and back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, great. And so I think you said for some of these programs there's a fee. It correlates a little bit to the Maui bus, day fare or per ride or whatever. For some of the other ones, is there some help with funding? Is it free? How do fees work?
For the human services transportation, it's basically a donation. If they would like to make a donation, then that's fine. We will be able to accept donations. But there is currently no out-of-pocket fee.
Great.
The services are all provided under a grant agreement with the County of Maui.
Mm-hmm.
And so in actuality, the County of Maui provides the funding, and MEO provides the services. With the paratransit portion, it's aligned, as I mentioned before, with the Maui bus. So there is a fee attached to that, and persons who utilize or are qualified for that service, when they use it, they will either make a $2 per trip fee, or use a daily bus pass or a monthly one.
All right. Well, that's incredible that that for most of these, beyond the paratransit program, that it's really a free service that's sponsored by Maui County or donation, like you said. That's amazing, actually. All right. So, we talked a little bit about your website. All of the applications for these various programs can be found on your website.
Correct.
Right?
Max, I just had one question. I know that we've been talking about the building that's coming up for MEO. Can you mention the location, and you have any
That's top
dates or
secret.
anything?
No.
Or anything like that?
It's a need to know. No. Actually, if you are, that particular transportation project is located directly next to the Sugar Museum in Kahului. You see the black wall that's up there. It's basically a dust breaker, and we anticipate, our department anticipates moving possibly as early as December, possibly January. And it's a big move for
Oh,
the
yeah.
company, for the department. Fortunately, I was here when initial ideas were brought up, and it's been a while, but to see this come to where it's at right now, it's a huge thing for me personally, because of the fact that we've been involved in that whole project.
So that's not just your admin offices. That's like where all the vehicles are housed and all of that, or
Actually, our current location is right next to Sears, as Janelle had mentioned. Our administrative offices are located next to the Cameron Center.
okay, right. That's
Now, as we relocate, we're going to be close to the Sugar Museum, and it's just it's broken up into several phases, and this is the first phase. They anticipate us moving there. We will basically move our office and our trailer office, relocate that to the site
Temporarily.
temporarily. And from that point, as the project continues, the first item on the agenda will be the maintenance facility. Basically, the maintenance shop. That would
The
be the
shop,
first
yeah.
building that would be created first.
Wow.
It's a rather exciting feat, for MEO. And, Harry had mentioned that, personally, it is, it really does feel like a huge accomplishment to see, this
Yes.
project come so far.
Yeah.
So you see this as would this impact the way you strategize your routes and things like that, your pickups and everything?
In the general plan, when they decided to create this project, they did an entire assessment as far as our location. It was initially set at Punane Base Yard, and they've done a study, and it was costing too much just to travel to and from
Yeah.
to get vehicles out. So this option that we're at right now provides that reduction in the cost factor to begin with. It's centrally located, and there are plans to create a hub to utilize the fixed route service through there, and it's a great plan. I'm just glad to see that it's actually going.
Things are starting.
Yeah,
happening,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be only on paper,
Right.
and now it's actually coming through. So
Yeah,
a
no,
good thing.
it's exciting because now with the opening of the road in the back by
Right,
Walmart
airport.
and all that,
Right,
so
right.
easy access, the connectivity and all that, much simpler. They're coming in all the way into Kahumanu
Yep.
Avenue and all of that. Yeah.
Good project.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. I think can we head into our break, and then we'll switch it up with our next guest.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
All right, we are back with Maui Nonprofit Notes, talking story with Maui's nonprofit executive directors and staff. We were just talking to Harry Johnson and Janelle Curran from MEO Transportation. And again, if anybody is out there looking to get information about their services, you can call 808-877-7651 or check them out online at meoinc.charityfinders.org. And if you really wanted to get to the transportation section, it's /transportation. So thank you guys so much for being here. And now
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. And now we're going to move in, see how Cesar Gahiola is doing at the J. Walter Cameron Center. How's it going, Cesar?
All right. Hey, thank you for the opportunity to talk about the Cameron Center. The first thing that I wanted to share is the meeting facilities that we have there at the center. They've been used by the agencies, but we also offer the service to the public. So anyone, being a regular business or nonprofit agency or any other entity, can give us a call at 244-5546 and, put your application in, make a reservation, and you're able to use the meeting facility.
Mm-hmm.
We also had the information at our website. If you want to visit our website at jwcameroncenter.org, or give us a call again on the number that I gave earlier, or visit us at our office at 95 Mahalani Street in Wailuku.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mediation Services of Maui is a resident agency at the Cameron Center. We really appreciate having a whole complex that can support us when we need to use a meeting space or something like that. We do a lot of our trainings in the auditorium. You guys have a really nice kitchen up there. And it's just a great resource to have in the community. You have about, 30, 40 nonprofit agencies operating out of there?
Close to that. Well, no, right now we have about 18.
Oh, 18.
18, and sometimes we have reached 20 plus, and sometimes we come down. In a few months, we're going to have Imua Family Services. They're going to be relocating into Wakea Street. They're going to be moving with Easter Seals. So we're going to have some space available there. So, for any social service providers out there, that you might be looking for office or program space, give us a call and let us know. And so we can already start working and start planning on the office space and program space and things like that. So again, the number is 244-5546.
Yeah, and if you're an agency out there that is looking for some quality space in a central location with a lot of support, the Cameron Center really does a lot for that. Rent is extremely reasonable for a central location. There's a cafe up there. Maintenance is provided. A lot of really great services.
Thank you, Max. Now that you mentioned rent, we usually don't charge any rent. All the agencies they are there. They basically pay what is called common area maintenance, and so basically it's just contributing to that, and is for the electrical costs and water and things of that nature, but not anything on rent. Yeah, so that's why the fee, the monthly assessment or anything like that is very low. Yeah,
it's incredible.
We may be looking for something that, huh?
Yeah. We just made a connection right here. But speaking of like electrical costs and those types of things, you've made a lot of headway in using renewable energy, the solar panel project that you guys had going up in the last couple of years. is really doing a lot of cost savings for the Cameron Center. So it helps you provide this space for the nonprofit or human services organizations out there.
Yes, we did about 4 years ago. We did the PV panels, the chiller, the electrical chiller and stuff with sensors and all of that. We also did about 1/4 of the windows. We went from single pane into double pane, remove some of the jealousies.
Mm-hmm.
And just we doing some of those things. We were about 25% cut down our electrical costs.
Wow.
And just what people call the hanging fruit,
The low-hanging fruit.
the low hanging fruit, because those changes. And so we did all those repairs. That was about $3 million grants that we received from USDA, CDBG, County of Maui, and other entities. And so that helped us a lot, to cut down our electrical bill and also our water bill. Currently, we are looking into additional CIP, capital improvement projects that we're going to be doing in the next couple of years. And that should take us into the second level or the second tier on the energy efficiency savings for the whole complex, which is going to make us probably get into the silver award for the leadership in energy efficiency design.
Wow.
Because we are in an older building, we cannot get into what is called the gold seal. So we can go into silver because the building is about 40 years old. But that alone is going to be a big step for us because it's going to cut down on savings. It's going to cut down on expenses. And it's going to help us save on all those things. And at the same time, continue to provide services in a safe way for the resident agencies, their clients, their families, and like you mentioned, people that comes over and eats at the Simply Healthy Cafe. We had the only therapy pool in the county
That's
right now.
Yeah.
There's this pool, the water is at 92 degrees. So we get a lot of referrals from, the hospital, Kaiser, and other institutions to treat their patients there because of the type of the water and the type of the pool and everything. It's not like a regular pool. It has 3 levels, so you can go down from 2 feet to 3 to 4 feet and kind of like stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there is a physical therapist that working there with those folks. So currently, we the only complex they offer that type of pool for Maui County, and so it's used every day, Monday to Friday.
Right. Yeah. There's always people in there with music or whatever doing their exercises.
We actually take a couple of clients in the past to the Cameron Center for that therapy.
Actually we have a great partnership with Maui Economic Opportunity. If you notice, right in the front of the Cameron Center there is a little roundabout, and it's heavily used by MEO Transportation because they're picking up and dropping off clients, and also folks with Kalima and Arco Maui, Easter Seals, and all the agencies there, including Huino Kelopono. And so it's this we some people see as just a complex there, the walls and the roof and everything. But to me, it's kind of like when you go to a shopping center, you can shop in different stores and everything. Well, this is a shopping center for social services. We have 18 agencies there providing, I would say, a little bit over 100 different programs. And then with the partnership with MEO and transportation and all those, it's way more than that. So people can come in and park, on a single stall or be dropped by MEO Transportation. Right. But then they can spend the whole day there visiting all the different agencies, learning the different type of services, eating at the Simply Healthy Cafe, and perhaps attending a workshop or a meeting on one of the meeting facilities. And so to me is the benefit that we provide to the community by not having to drive to different places of the island to look for one agency and look for the other agency and coming back tomorrow to look for another one.
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop, yeah.
It's actually really helpful when we're talking to our clients, say, we're located in the Cameron Center, do you know where that is? And everybody, pretty much almost everybody is like, oh yeah, I know where the
Yes.
Cameron Center is, no problem.
Yeah.
But it's really helpful to have a space in such a centralized location like we were talking about before, because the police station's right there,
Yeah.
Kaiser Clinic is right there, the hospital is just up the street.
Dialysis.
Yeah,
MEO.
yeah,
MEO.
it was right behind.
MEO, and then also MEO Kahikamali, and then Wailuku Health
Center. Yeah.
Center
Mhm.
next door, and then of course the Maui News across us.
That's
and
right.
A lot of agencies on
So,
that block.
yeah.
A lot of agencies, and the parking. We have lots of parking, so that makes it easier for people just to come in too. We have more of the parking that we need. We have an overflow parking lot in the back, and people can come and park over there and stuff. So all those things makes it just such an asset to the community. Just to be there and provide those services.
Right, and with I think you said Easter Seals and Amua Family Services going to another location, you have a decent space available for another organization to move into.
Yeah, Easter Seals was with us about last year, I believe in September last year. They moved to the building they purchased in Awakea Street.
Mm-hmm.
And so this year, and then next year, we have Imua is going to be joining Easter Seals. And so we're going to be able to put in agencies that we have in the waiting list. We have a waiting list.
Oh, you do? Okay.
And we have about 6 agencies right now there. But, we have about 12 months more to go for that to happen. And so we are asking, agencies outside if you want to be putting on the waiting list and to be considered, the possible resident agency of the Cameron Center. Give us a call or stop by if you want to walk down the grounds and see the space, see the location, and see who's there, who can be your possible partners, if you join us in the future.
Yeah, I know it's really great. Besides the agencies like Arc of Maui or the agencies that are working with physically or developmentally challenged individuals, there's consumer credit counseling,
Yes.
there's Mental Health of America.
Maui Chamber of Commerce just joined
That's
us
right, yeah.
a few months back. Maui County Office and Aging. Maui County Office and Aging, that's a tremendous service right there for the community, because next door is MEO, and as you know, MEO works with a lot of the seniors, and they have, 40 plus senior clubs.
Yeah, we've got a lot.
A lot.
A
so
lot.
But even on the side note, Cesar,
Yeah.
when we have emergency circumstances, for instance, a tsunami
Mm.
or a hurricane, we actually relocate our vehicles into that parking lot
Oh,
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so which we're grateful for.
Yes, yeah. No, we definitely, very always working in partnerships
Right.
and with MEO and we, we all the nonprofits in the community, because the more we're able to collaborate, the more we're able to provide services
Mhm.
to our community,
Mhm.
That's-
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic organization. Thank you for telling us a little bit about it. We're going to take one more quick break to hear from our sponsor, Pacific Source.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
And we're back with Maui Nonprofit Directors Notes, talking a story with Maui Nonprofits Directors. Thank you to all the listeners out there. Today with us, we're going to have Max Ternay, Executive Director for Mediation Services. share more about the agency and the type of services they do there.
All right. Well, thanks, Cesar. So I'm the executive director for Mediation Services of Maui. Basically, what we try to do is to help people resolve conflict out of court. So to settle potential lawsuits out of court, or we even get referrals from the judiciary to try to take those cases off the docket. So we send trained neutral mediators up to the courthouse and mediate right before people might go to trial for small claims court, or we'll mediate down at our office in our mediation room, and we service about 1,200 clients every year.
Wow, that's a lot.
Do just about 600 cases, and it's a fantastic service for people that are trying to settle a dispute in a peaceful way through a process that promotes communication and respect, and it really does hold a lot of clout with the judiciary. So it's a fantastic service.
Hey, Max, I always wanted to ask you, just curious, is there a kind of like an estimate figure as to what will be the savings if these cases actually went to trial?
Yeah, so we did a little bit of research recently in regards to the average cost for a divorce case, for example. And what we found out was that the average cost of divorce, with legal fees, with court filing costs, with all that going into it, is about between $10,000 and $20,000.
Wow.
Our average cost for a divorce case last year was about $285.
Oh.
So it's a significant difference.
Yes.
And there are certain cases that we would have to pre-screen all of our divorce cases to make sure that it's appropriate for the mediation, the style of mediation that we're required to do by the state judiciary. But for those that are appropriate, it can be a really positive experience, and it's a traumatic experience to have one household split into two, especially with kids and assets and debts. And
what about the time? I like you mentioned that the savings is tremendous, and that's a great figure. What about the time? Is it would take the same or less time to go through mediation instead of the court system?
It takes a lot less time to go through the mediation process from the time that you call our agency to the time you'd mediate and potentially get an agreement than it would be to have your whole court case resolved and actually go to trial and get a verdict by the judge. A lot of court cases can span months. So you'll go in for your initial date, and not to get too technical, but that's the answer hearing. So you're answering whether or not you agree or disagree with the person that's bringing up the case.
Yes.
Then you go back for your status hearing. Then you go back for your actual trial, and that whole process can literally be 4 to 6 months. If not longer. And you can potentially resolve that through mediation at any point. Our average time between when we hear from both participants to the time we actually schedule the mediation is about 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so we handle a wide variety of cases. We talked a little bit about divorce, but we do landlord-tenant cases quite a bit, debt collection cases, neighbor-to-neighbor cases, a lot of easement conflicts that come up, property lines, a lot of family disputes, maybe where the elder has passed on, didn't really outline, in their will where their property should be going to, and all the siblings are disputing, those assets. And we deal a lot with those types of cases, trying to get common ground on how these things are going to be split. So it's a set time and space in a safe venue with two neutral mediators that have no interest in the outcome other than resolving the dispute. So they're not financially invested in where the outcome ends up.
I see.
The mediators are neutral. They're there to help the parties resolve the situation, bringing the emotional intensity down to a more neutral level, and keep the conversation focused at solutions.
Yeah. So we earlier you mentioned the mediators go to court
Mhm.
and all of that, and so how people get trained, or who trains all these mediators?
So we hold several trainings every year. We do a basic mediation training at least once annually. Over the last few years, we've done it twice a year, and that's about it's an extensive training. It's 30 hours, and it takes you through how the mediation process works. It goes over conflict resolution skills, how to handle a tense situation in the moment effectively and not to make it worse or inflame the negative emotion or the extreme emotion, how to keep your own self in a neutral spot when you're dealing with things that you might not necessarily agree with, and how to write agreements, how to find common ground, those types of things, especially with how the mediation process works in community mediation in the state of Hawaii. And it is a fantastic course. A lot of times we'll have people that come to the training for their own personal or professional development. They end up realizing what a great service this is, and they end up volunteering with the agency. We've had some volunteers for 30 years, 30 years. So
yeah, I noticed that some of you volunteers, they've been there for quite some time, and
Right.
it's just fantastic.
Right, and coming up, actually, we got proclamations from both the governor's office and the Maui County Council naming October 17th, which is technically International Conflict Resolution Day, or recognized as International Conflict Resolution Day. But the governor's office issued a proclamation recently stating that October 17th is Conflict Resolution Day in Hawaii, and Maui County issued a resolution saying that October 17th is Conflict Resolution Day in Maui County. So we're getting a little bit of just community awareness that,
Yes.
hopefully we're striving to resolve conflicts every day of the year, but having one dedicated day where we can be, have a little bit of community awareness is great. So we're doing an open house at our office at the Cameron Center. If anybody has questions, just have some refreshments and coffee and things like that.
Oh, congratulations on the
So that's October 17th, and anybody in the community is welcome. And then we're also throwing a mahalo party for our mediators later that evening.
I see. And so the October 17th, what is the time again?
So between 8:30 and 4:30 is our
Okay.
office hours. So
Okay.
anybody's welcome to come in and check us out then. And then our mahalo party is that evening. But that's just for our hardworking volunteers who put themselves into these tense situations sometimes to just try to help
Max,
create peace.
I just had a quick question.
Mhm.
Is there some kind of qualifications for those folks that are interested in the training?
There's no qualifications other than you're willing to learn. You don't need a certain level of degree of education. A lot of our great great mediators are just people in the community that want to help. They're trying to strengthen their community skills.
Oh, right on. Thank you.
But anyways, it looks like we're wrapping up the hour for our show. So thank you to our listeners for joining us today on Maui Nonprofit Notes. The show is sponsored as a community service by Pacific Source, the builder's choice. If you are building or remodeling your home, please stop by the showroom in the Waikapu Base Yard. The Maui Nonprofit Directors Association's mission is to provide personal and professional support to nonprofit executive directors, their organizations, and the community of Maui. We encourage everyone to get involved by giving, advocating, or volunteering for your favorite nonprofit. Please visit our website at www.mauinonprofit.org. Again, my name is Max Tornai from Mediation Services.
And Cesar Gagiola with J. Walter Cameron Center.
Aloha.
Aloha.